This month, Indonesia received the first batch of the Rafale F4 ordered from France. The arrival of the Rafale B ends a decade gap following the retirement of the F5 Tiger and represents a new era in the Indonesian Air Force's combat capability. So what exactly makes the Rafale stand out from Indonesia's existing fighters, and how does it give Indonesia an advantage in the region? Without further ado, let's jump into the video. Getting the Rafale into Indonesian service was far from straightforward. It began as one of several candidates for the F5 replacement when the aircraft was retired back in 2015. A decade ago, the Su-35 was seen as the obvious successor, while alternatives like the Gripen were proposed with added incentive, including local industry involvement. In the end, due to sanction, the Su-35 was never materialized, while Gripen disappeared entirely. During this time, the Rafale was not in the equation at all. Then, in the early 2020s, a surprising event happened. Overnight, relations between France and Australia deteriorated rapidly following the cancellation of the Atta-class submarine program, opening a window of opportunity that Indonesia capitalized on. This opened the door to strategic defense cooperation, including the procurement of Scorpion submarines and Rafale fighter jets. After the F5 retired, Indonesia's fighter fleet consists of a squadron of Sukhoi 27 and 30, 2 squadrons of F-16, 2 squadrons of Hawks, and a squadron of T-50 Golden Eagle as a lead-in trainer. It can be said that the Sukhoi and F-16 fleets currently shoulder most operational tasks, including domestic and overseas exercises, as well as ceremonial roles. But they are not without problems and weaknesses. Sukhoi is an expensive fighter to operate and maintain. It is said to cost around $29,000 per flight hour and takes more than half of the Indonesian Air Force's fighter operational budget annually. Moreover, international sanctions and ongoing wars have made maintaining and supporting the Sukhoi family more and more difficult. This includes spare parts and missiles which only serve one type of fighters, makes it prone to low availability and combat readiness. Meanwhile, the F-16, even though it's very agile, cost-effective, and some of them have been upgraded with modern avionics, cannot match the Sukhoi in terms of payload and combat range, a critical factor across a vast archipelagic nation like Indonesia. The Rafale represents a significant step up from the Air Force's existing fighters in terms of sensor integration, survivability, and multi-role flexibility. First, the Rafale is an omni-role aircraft. It can perform a wide spectrum of different, highly complex combat missions during a single sortie. This includes switching between air-to-air, air-to-ground, reconnaissance, and maritime strike, while in the air without needing to land the aircraft. Although it's simply just a marketing phrase from Dassault to describe the Rafale by making it stand out from the rest of the multi-role fighters, the Rafale is designed to perform each role at a higher success rate. Second is its sensor fusion. The RBE-2 AISA radar, combined with the Spectra Electronic Warfare Suite, IRST, and advanced data links, provides the pilot with a consolidated and real-time picture of the battle space. This reduces pilot workload and improves decision-making, especially in contested, high-intensity environment. Third, survivability is significantly improved. Spectra offers advanced electronic attacks, self-protection, and threat warning capabilities that go beyond traditional radar warning receivers. This allows the Rafale to operate more effectively in airspaces protected by modern surface-to-air and fighter threats. And finally, the Rafale introduces modern weapons integration that is not currently available across the fighter fleet. This includes the MBDA Meteor BVR missile for air-to-air engagement and the Scalp EG cruise missile for deep strike missions. As far as I remember, there's no official confirmation yet regarding the acquisition of any of these except for the Hammer, but it will definitely add more deterrence if Indonesia acquires the Meteor and Scalp EG for its Rafale fleet. Now, how does the Rafale compare to the Sukhoi and the F-16? The Sukhoi 27 and 30's massive size offers long range, high speed, and strong performance, making it effective for air superiority and deterrence missions. I saw it firsthand at the Bali Air Show 2024, and this jet is a beast. I felt intimidated just standing near it. However, it relies heavily on platform performance rather than network sensors and requires more intensive maintenance and logistic support. The F-16 is the smallest, but it's a versatile and cost-effective platform. making it perfect for air policing, training, and interoperability with partners. Although some of them have been modernized, most F-16s are from earlier generations with limited advanced sensors and growth potential compared to newer variants. The Rafale, as we can see, sits right in between these two in terms of raw performance, but stands out through its fully integrated sensor suite, something that the existing Sukhois and F-16 lack. Its ISA radar, electronic warfare system, and data fusion allow pilots to build a comprehensive picture of the battle space with less reliance on external support. Plus, the F4 variant is supported by AI too. From an operational perspective, the Rafale also benefits from a broader and more modern weapons ecosystem, including the Meteor and the Scalp EG. God knows when the Sukhoi and the F-16 will be retired, and there are still a couple more years until the latest generation of fighters come into service. The Rafale's arrival complement the Air Force's existing fighter fleet, enhancing its overall effectiveness, especially in modern and complex environments. On top of that, Indonesia can finally balance the air power in ASEAN. The Sukhoi and F-16 are great fighters that have proven their capability in many conflicts. However, when compared to the fleets of neighboring nations like Malaysia and Singapore, fair to say it's the most dated one. Malaysia with its Sukhoi MKM series is arguably more advanced and equipped with Western avionics which are less susceptible to sanction. Meanwhile, Singapore has a better F-16 variant than Indonesia. And since they are US allies, they get the latest weapon variants as well. But none of them operates the Rafale, so it's more difficult to predict its full potential. Most ASEAN air forces operate mixed fleet of 4 and 4.5 generation fighters with varying level of capability. Not trying to brag, but from what I see, Indonesia's Rafale F4 sits nicely in the upper tier of the 4.5 gen category, combining sensors, weapons, and networking in a single platform. It definitely raises the baseline of Indonesia's combat capability, meaning any potential adversary must now plan against a more complex and costly threat. Operationally, its range, payload, and multi-role nature are well suited to Indonesia's vast archipelagic geography. From its base in Sumatra and in the future in West Borneo, the Rafale can project air power to half of Indonesia's airspace, responding to any crisis quickly without relying heavily on forward bases. This is highly relevant for sea control and maritime strike missions, especially over choke points like the Strait of Malacca and the Sunda Strait, as well as disputed EEZs like the North Natuna Sea. However, despite its advanced technology and armament, the Rafale is not an invincible platform. It can still be defeated if employed recklessly or without proper support. The Indo-Pakistani conflict last year provided clear evidence that even a seemingly superior platform like the Rafale can be defeated through effective strategy and tactics. So please, and I cannot stress this enough, the Air Force should prioritize buying early warning aircraft to support the Rafale. What do you think of Indonesia's Rafale capability? Should the Indonesian MOD prioritize buying early warning aircraft next? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching everyone. I'll see you in the next one.